Good morning, all. Welcome. Glad you're here. It's Judith. It's a 1 hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. Welcome. As you may know, the props we use would be a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you can fold a beach towel or a folded blanket on a carpeted surface, not anything hard like tile or wood, because I think the joints will alert you. They don't like that. Couple of yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could utilize a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight. A strap, a yoga strap is a lovely thing to have. If you don't happen to have one, you could substitute with a belt or a scarf or a dog leash or a bathrobe tie. Standard yoga strap. And then I also have rolled up a towel here. I've affixed it with rubber bands. It's a little fake bolster I use behind my knees or for other times I might need padding. And I also have a squishy mat, but you could take a couple of pillows from the bed of the sofa, small ones, not big ones. And then the other thing would be a chair of some kind, preferably, definitely no wheels, and preferably no arms. If you want to add weights, hand weights, the heaviest I'd recommend is 2 pounds. So that said, if whatever's being offered does not work for your body, you could modify, you could do another posture that you enjoy, or you could skip it. So you are in charge, not me. So let's get started. Let's start. If you want to be near your balance thing, you can use your chair for balance support, a wall if you have an available wall, or also a piece of furniture that's so big you're not going to move it by pushing some weight on it. So let's start with the feet below the hips. We're going to lift the right heel and then the left, right and left. Very slow pace, like a little baby march. So you're just lifting the heels, you're spreading the toes wide. You're also standing tall and you're remembering to breathe. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You might want to stay at this pace. If you want more speed, you can double time. You can bicycle pedal the heels. So you're pedaling your invisible bike up the mountain. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to stay at this pace, fine. Otherwise, breaking into a baby march. And then once you get the arms and the legs organized, maybe make it a tad vigorous to wake up the body. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep marching on 1. Now a little choreography. Don't panic. Here we go. It's out, out, in, out, in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep marching on 1. Back to center. And now you're going to slowly bring the feet to stillness, but we're still going to do some things with the arms and the legs. So once you come to stillness, this is a balance challenge. You're going to cross arm and knee across the midline. So opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're going to start at a slow pace. Be near your balance. Help if you need. Marching. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. And then slowly bringing the feet and the legs and the arms to stillness. Try not to abruptly stop. That tends to make one dizzy. You don't want to get dizzy. No fainting allowed. And so then now we're going to take the feet a little bit wider than the hips, and let's circle some hips. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Oh. getting some synovial fluid into that pelvic girdle. Synovial fluid is the WD-40 of the body, and it doesn't occur until you move the joint. So we are responsible for our synovial fluid production. 2 more in this direction, and then coming back to center. Now you're going to circle in the opposite direction. Big full breaths. We'll do 4 more. 3 more. 2. 1. Nice. Very nice. And then coming slowly back to center. Let's shake out the arms and the legs. Hands and feet. And then from here, we're going to extend the arms out to the side. Palms face the floor. Drop the shoulders away as best you can. Little pumps up and down with the arms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rotate the thumbs towards the floor now. Hands have stopped moving. Now you're going to bounce invisible tennis balls off the back wall. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. And then break down nice and slow, gently. Let's go ahead and face the chair seat. And if you want to add a weight for this, you can. Weights are optional. If you're not using a weight, a soft fist is fine. So I'm facing my chair seat. If you have short arms like me, you might want to add a block if you have one, so that stretch to the seat isn't too much. So now you've got the body at a right angle, and the upper arm is glued to the side ribs. So it's inhale, exhale. You're going to supinate the palms so that it faces the sky. Bring it back down. If you're using the weights, the head of the weight is here, up towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, don't let the head dangle, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then unwinding slowly. Let's just shake out that arm. And while we're here, just give little circles here to stretch it out. Oh. And then you're going to circle in the other direction. Very nice. And then bringing that to stillness, I'm going to switch around so you can see. So now I'm facing my chair seat. I'm using the block to bring the seat a little closer up to my hand. I have short arms. So you may not need to do that, but you're going to bend the elbow. Think about keeping that upper arm close to the side ribs. And you've got no weight or one weight in your left hand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the arm comes down, straighten it out, and just give it a little shake, a little wiggle. And then you're going to start circling that arm, using gravity here to assist. And then you're going to circle the other way. Really nice. And then coming back up, nice and slow. You can use the chair back to ascend slowly so you don't get dizzy. I'm going to move the block away. And since we're already facing the chair seat, let's go ahead and stay there. We're going to grab the outer rim of the chair seat. Most of the weight will go in your arms. And I won't mirror you for this particular one. And so I'm going to shift the weight to the right leg. Left bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Donkey kicks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the leg. Keep the toe pointed. Touch down with a straight leg. Lift. Touch and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's refloat the left leg. Now, if it's available, extend the right arm forward. Bird dog for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down. And now that left foot meets the right. Micro bend the knees, left and right. I really felt it in that right butt cheek area. So just know that the standing leg is doing just as much as the moving leg. Legs come to stillness. Shift the weight into the left leg. Right bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, donkey kicks. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten, touch down, and lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat that leg. Left arm comes forward, bird dog for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down. Right foot joins the left. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Wiggle those hips. Now well lubricated with synovial fluid. Okay, now you're going to grab the back of your chair seat. Come on up, triple slow time, nice and slow. Very nice. Let's go ahead and sit in the chair for now and move the props aside. I'm going to make sure you can see my feet. And if you want to have your props handy, have them handy. Oops. Woke you up. All right. So now, placing the bum on your chair seat and scooting closer to the front of the chair seat than the back. The hands can be face down on the thighs. Starting at the right, you're going to sweep forward through center, come back up on the left. Go back on the left, squeeze through center, coming back up on the right. You're going to squeeze those abs every time you swirl, okay? Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do 4. 3. 2. Last 1. Nice. Back over to the right. Nice. And then let's just roll the shoulders here. Ugh. And now from here, just arms can dangle by the side of the body. Let's take the right hand on top of the head and gently press the head to the right. So you're going to get a stretch on the left side of the neck. And you're not going to jam this or force it. Something very persuasive, not too much pressure. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Unwind that arm. And then the left arm comes up to the top. You're going to stretch over to the left. Oh, this side is different on me. Noticing the stretch on the right side of the neck. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Unwinding the arm, coming back to center. Give everything a little wiggle. Now let's just drop the chin to the center of the chest. You're going to roll right ear to right shoulder, only a half circle, back through center, left ear to left shoulder, rolling side to side. And noticing any differences on the right and or the left. No self-judgment, no competition. We'll do 4, 3, 2, last 1. Nice, coming back to center. You're still sitting almost closer to the front of the chair seat than the back. Let's take your right arm and just press it into the chest. So you're not going to torque off to the left. You're going to keep your chest square to the front of your screen or your space. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Staying right here. The inside arm, the elbow bends. Maybe the backs of the hands meet when I don't even get close, and that's okay. And you can stay where you are, but you're going to do little pumps up to the sky here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly unwinding both arms. Oh, slowly shake them out. Oh, give the shoulders a wiggle. Now the left arm goes straight in front of the chest, and the right forearm presses that straight arm into your chest. You're not going to torque off to your right. You're going to stay square to the front of your space for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. That inside elbow bends. Maybe the backs of the hands meet. I mean, even farther away on this side than the other side. But maybe they meet, maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. Little pumps up to the sky. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then unwind the arms, triple slow time. Those are what you would call eagle arms in yoga. And usually you're standing and doing the same thing with your legs. So we'll get there eventually, okay? All right. So now the knees are nice and wide. We're going to work on flexibility of the spine here. So you lead with the chin. Exhale forward. Inhale, tuck the chin as you roll up. Exhale forward. Inhale, tuck the chin as you roll up, squeezing those abs. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Last one. Nice. And then rolling it up very slowly. Now we'll reverse it. Tucking the chin. Inhale. Sweeping forward with that spine. Exhaling. Inhale, tucking the chin. Exhale. Stretching the spine forward. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Last one. Really nice. And then rolling the shoulders, shaking everything off. Since I have a block here, I'm going to place it in front of me on its tall setting. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. So let's cross the right ankle over top of left thigh. Right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. You're going to bend your right elbow, and just starting below the kneecap, you're going to make little polka dots down the inside of your thigh. So here we're pressing on reflexology points. Chinese medicine. And the reflexology points are throughout the body. You're going to do 3 passes from just below the kneecap. This top foot stays flexed, all the way down to the groin with this bent elbow. And then it's the 3rd pass, all the way down the inside. You may be discovering spots in your leg you didn't even know were there. Always kind of surprising, isn't it? And when that feels complete, you're going to take the index fingers and the thumbs, and you're going to surround the shin bone. So you're not on the shin bone, you're next to the shin bone. And you're going to squeeze all the way down to the ankle. So you're actually stimulating the material around the shin bone. And you're going to do that 3 times. Massaging your leg. This might be something good to do at night before you go to sleep. So there's plenty of blood flow. When that's complete, you've done your 3 passes down the shin. You're going to take the index finger and thumb and proceed to the rounding part of the calf. And you're going to do the same thing all the way down to the ankle, squeezing, getting at those nerves, getting at those joints, getting at those reflexology points. 3 times you're going to do that. It's a nice steady pressure. It's not a death press. And then when that feels complete, this right ankle is still on top of left thigh. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to pump the soft part of this thigh, just like it is. And you're sitting tall. Again, pumping synovial fluid into that right hip. And then bringing that slowly to stillness. Now you take your right forearm, slide it underneath the calf, grab the foot, rock your leg like it's a little baby, side to side. east to west, or maybe you want to get fancy and circle with the knees. If you're circling with the bent knee, make sure you circle in both directions. Really nice. Then you're going to replace the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Here's where you want to be a little bit closer to the front of your chair seat. Keep the top right foot flexed. Inhale up. Exhale, going over, like you're clearing something that's in front of you, a big pile of something. Now, maybe if the hands get to the earth, mine aren't even close. Maybe to the block, maybe yours aren't even close. Or you can hang out with your leg up here by grabbing opposite elbows. So here it can be a static press. You should feel a stretch in your outer right hip. Let's come back to center. Let's also, in addition to have that top right foot flexed, externally rotate the top right foot. You should feel it automatically in your outer right hip. So you're going to rock side to side, or it could be a static press here. We'll do it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Now try this. I haven't tried this, so this is an experiment. I'm taking my block and I'm going to go over to the right. Not very far, because you don't want to pop anything in your right hip. And pause here for 4, 3. I think static press is best here. 2, 1. Going back to center. If you've got a block, take it over to the left. Maybe you want to just rest your hand on the left and just turn slightly, not too much. And that top foot is flexed and externally rotated. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center very slowly. Nice and gentle. And then slowly unwind out of it. Don't pop up. Right hand on right knee. Circle. Make sure there's no air bubbles, anything that could have crept into the hip. And then circle in the opposite direction. Very nice. And we're going to place that foot down and just shake out both sides. Now you're going to cross left ankle on top of right knee. Left ankle on top of right knee. So you're going to keep this top foot flexed throughout. You're going to bend your left elbow. You start below where the knee joint finishes, and you're going to paint little polka dots down the inside of your left thigh all the way to the groin. Again, stimulating reflexology points. And they're located throughout the body. Oh boy. And you'll do 3 passes from below the kneecap down to the groin. Very nice. And when that feels complete, you're taking your index finger and thumb, and you're surrounding the shin bone. You're not on the shin bone. And you're going to go all the way down to the ankle. Come back up to the top. Squeeze a little more. Last pass. And now you're going to do the same thing on the round part of the calf. So you go to the other side, the opposite of where the shin is, and then you go down that round part of the calf 3 times. Very gently. Firm enough, but not a death press, okay? And when that feels complete, this left ankle still rests on top of the right thigh. Your left elbow, your left hand rather, is going to pump the soft part of the thigh. So here again, we're stimulating synovial fluid to get into that left side of the hip, of the pelvic girdle, keeping everything moving and lubricated. And let's bring that to stillness. Take your left forearm, slip it underneath the left calf, grab the foot, and rock your baby on this side. So it could be side to side, east to west, maybe circle with the bent knee. Maybe if you're circling, be sure you circle in both directions. Very nice. And when that feels complete, replace the left ankle on top of the right thigh. That top left foot is flexed. And now you're going to externally rotate it. You should feel it in your outer left hip. Lifting the arms up, inhale up. Exhale over, over, over. Maybe the side is different. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's worse. Maybe it's the same. If the hands don't get to the floor, there's a block. That might also not be available. Or you can grab opposite elbows here at the top. And just, I like little rocks side to side. But maybe it's a static press. And maybe this side of the pelvis feels different than the other side. Breathing. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back to center on 1. Stay over. And now you're going to take a block if you're using a block and take it over to the left. So you're just gently tilting the torso in that direction, but it's a small move. You don't want to pop anything. For 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're using the block, take it over to the right. Maybe you want to position your torso to the right, but you're not going to make this a big move. You don't want anything to be overextended, shall we say. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to center slowly. And then slowly allowing that torso to float up. Unwind the ankle, left hand on left knee, and you're going to circle this femur bone into the pelvic girdle. And you're going to circle in both directions. Very nice. Very gentle. And then the foot comes down. And let's just bounce the feet and the legs after that. That experience. We'll do it for 8, 7, 6, 5. You can make choreography here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly bringing it down. Triple slow time. Very, very nice. All right. So from here, let's scoot forward to the front of the chair seat. We'll do sit to stand. We'll stack the palms right over the heart center. If you need to assist, but try not to. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We'll do 4 at your own pace. 3, 2. This time on 1, you don't land, you're going to hover over the chair seat. Little pumps here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We straighten. Very nice. Unwind the arms. Shake everything out. Very good. Now let's take the chair. You want to put it right in front of you here. I'm planting it in front of the long end of the mat. The legs are wide. You may not need the chair for support. You might want to place your hands on hip crease or waist. This is just there if you need some extra support. Knees track over toes, big squat. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. We'll do 8 or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Lift right heel, place it down. Shift weight, lift left heel, place it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Staying down and then straightening it up. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. Nice. I'm going to move the chair away so you can see. I'll do this in profile. You might want to be near your chair seat. You're going to go all the way down into Uttanasana. The feet are directly under the hips. Hands rest at the ankles. It's a series of flat back lifts. Inhale, drag the hands along the shin, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And now the hands come all the way up to the thighs. You're going to stack the bones, stack the bones, stack the bones, roll the shoulders open, open the chest, crown of head floats to sky. Maybe the feet come a little bit wider, not too wide. And now we're going to rebend the knees. Arms come up to the sky. This is chair pose, Utkatasana in yoga for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. One arm swings back. Inhale, exhale. Other arm, inhale, exhale. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then the arms can come down. Knees, legs straighten out. Open the chest. Very nice work. Now we're going to grab a physical chair here. Move my props away. You might want to grab some water at this juncture. Okay, so we've got everything cleared away. And you're going to use your chair back for support. So you're going to take your weight into your left leg. We're going to keep the right leg straight and the right foot flexed. And we're going to start gently swinging the leg forward and back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Slowly de-escalate. Don't abruptly stop. Nice. Shake out the feet and the legs. And now we're going to do a modified warrior 3. So you're going to lift that right bent knee and you're going to extend the right arm forward, and that back right toe can touch either number 1 on the earth or number 2 floating it parallel to the earth. Inhale forward, exhale as you draw arm and leg in. Inhale forward, exhale, bring it in. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Let's stay extended on 1. Little pumps here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Arm and leg come down. Woo! Shake that out. Let's go to the other side. Now the weight will be in your right leg. That's the standing leg. The left leg is going to be straight. The left foot stays flexed. And we start swinging it forward and back. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it to stillness. Don't just abruptly stop. Nice. Shake it out. And now we're going to go to warrior 3, modified. So it's inhale, lift your left leg just to waist height. Left arm goes forward, left toe can touch in the back on the earth, or the whole left leg can be in parallel. Inhale forward, exhale as you bring it through. Inhale forward, exhale, bring it in. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Stay extended on 1. Little pumps with the standing leg, perhaps, or not, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm and leg come in slowly. Everything comes down. Ooh, let's shake that out. Woo! Let's take the legs wide and just swing the arms like empty coat sleeves. Just getting rid of any tightness that might have slipped in there. Big full breaths, breathing large. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. And then slowly unwinding very, very mindfully, nice and gentle. Big breath in, inhale up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Now we're going to go down onto the earth. Do not panic if you have anxiety about going down on the mat and getting back up on the mat. So if you face the chair seat, grab the outer rim, the weight will go in the arms. Shift the weight to one leg. Float the other bent knee down to the mat. The second knee will join it. To get back up, the same thing. Grab the rim of the chair seat, maybe grab the entire chair seat, whatever works, and then assist one leg forward. Those back toes will tuck. Again, your arms will sustain most of the weight. Inhale. Exhale, press into the feet, lift the bum. 1 foot under the chair seat, 7 foot under the chair seat. Grab the back of the chair seat to support you while you come up slowly. No dizziness. So that's how you use the chair to get up and down on the mat. Also, should you happen to fall, that's another strategy to help get yourself up. If you can make your way to a hassock, a bench, chair, a sofa, and get yourself back up again. So the rest of us will face that short end of the mat. Maybe you want low blocks there, maybe you don't. Inhale, up, swan dive forward, exhale. Inhale, up, exhale, swan dive forward. 2 more, lifting and bowing. This time we're going to stay down with fingertips either on mat or low blocks. Here we're going to keep the feet flat and we're going to micro bend the knees left and right. Stretching out that low back area. It gets super tight. Let's bring the legs to stillness and just shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Adding in some horse lips. Or not. And then bringing all of that to stillness, stepping back into downward facing dog. Here the body is in a triangle shape. You're pressing the chest close to the tops of the thighs. Bicycle pedal those heels, wag your fluffy dog tail. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Legs comes to stillness. Knees float down to the mat. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. So now I'm using my rolled up towel as a fake bolster. Pressing it here behind the backs of the knees. And then I'm pressing the hips back towards the heels. Putting the towel in there just creates more space for the butt to get closer to the heels. So the arms could be forward on the mat, or they could be beside the legs on the mat. Forehead is on the mat, and if the forehead doesn't reach the mat, there are options. Stacked palms, rest the forehead there. Or stacked fists, rest the forehead there. Or if you have a block available, a low block, you could rest the forehead on the low block. And then once you've gotten into your best version of child, maybe it's a static press. Maybe you just want to mount into the mat. Or it could be little wiggles side to side, little micro movements, east and west, perhaps, or not. We'll pause here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Coming back to center. From here, let's come on up, press on up, very slowly. Here you might wish to pad your knees or not. You might wish to try this one standing if your knees are just not going to cooperate with this, or you can just watch, but you can do it standing as well. So I'm coming onto knees. I'm going to take my one arm straight and place it on this hip. And the other arm is straight, circling around, placing that on the hip. So now we're going to do a modified camel, Ustrasana. So you're going to always want to tuck the chin. And instead of thinking back bend, think of lifting the chest. There's that imaginary wire in the center of your chest. It goes up to the sky. And think about lifting the chest as you tuck the chin. And then just tilting back very, very, very slowly Small move here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center, shaking everything out. Oh. And then coming to sitting, nice and slow. So here you can fold a blanket or a towel. You want to lift the hips up more or not. Let's just start with the right leg extending out to the side. And if you need to prop the left bent knee, do so. And I'm going to have my little bolster here to protect the back of my left knee because I might have overdone it. Do not follow my own advice. So we'll start with the pelvis facing forward. The hands come in prayer in front of the heart center. You're going to take the left hand back. Inhale. Exhale, stretch to that big toe on the right leg. And you're also looking over the right shoulder to the wall behind. Inhale, draw it back. Exhale, press it away. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. Now you're going to stay over. You're going to grab whatever you can grab. Shin, thigh, maybe ankle and foot. And you're going to just stay here with a flat back. Try not to let the head dangle. Think about stretching the crown of the head towards the top of your big right toe. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. The right arm is going to wrap around the back of the body now, either resting on the sacrum or perhaps the fingers slip into the opposite hip crease. You're looking over the right shoulder to the wall behind you. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Unwinding it, triple slow time. Don't rush it. And coming up, come up triple slow time. Do not pop up. No popping. Good. Now we're going to go to the other side. Extend the left leg long. And then if you need to prop this right bent knee, prop it. The left foot is going to stay flexed throughout. We start by having the pelvis pointing forward, and then the palms come in front of the heart center. Right hand moves. Inhale. Exhale, reaching towards the extended left toe, big toe. Inhale back. Exhale, stretch. Let's do 4, 3, 2. This time we stay over on 1, grabbing whatever you can grab. I may also prop this knee here with my little towel. There we go. And then you're going to grab thigh, shin, ankle, foot, whatever you can reach competently. And you're going to keep that chest pressed close to the top of your left thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. The left arm wraps around the back body, either to sacrum or opposite hip crease. Now you're looking over the left shoulder to the wall behind. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Unwinding slowly, slowly. Very nice indeed. Let's take the legs wide out to the side. With your fists, push forward. The toes and the knees point up to sky. The feet stay flexed throughout. Inhale up. Exhale, going forward, forward, forward. Landing the hands somewhere in front of you. Now don't think about rounding the back. Think about leading with the chest, that wire in the center of your chest. Breathing, staying in this optimum stretch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking it back slowly. Now taking your right elbow, placing it behind your head, your skull, and you're going to slide down the left leg as you lift the right elbow up to sky. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. Triple slow time. That arm comes down, the other arm comes up, left hand, and then the right hand slides to the right, and the left elbow Points up to the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Elbow comes down nice and slow. Let's go ahead and close the legs together. Shake them out. And then if you want to make sure you're on your mat sufficiently, the feet and the legs are still in parallel, but they're just slightly wider. You can keep the hands on the side. Let's externally rotate both feet. Back to center. Internally rotate both feet. External rotation. Internal rotation. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then shake out the legs. Nice. Let's come up onto the knees one more time. I almost forgot this. It's rabbit pose, and we'll do that in honor of Easter, or the fecundity of spring, however you want to look at it. So you're on your hands and knees. You're going to tuck the toes, and then you're going to plant. You're going to grab your heels, if you can reach them. If not, use a strap, and then plant the crown of the head into the mat. So you're pulling on your heels forward, and you're resisting with your heels going back. So you're in a little rabbit pose here, and we'll pause here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let it go. Release the heels. Come slowly back to your neutral table and tuck the toes. And let's come down onto the back body. Very gently. Make sure the props are off of your mat so you have clearance. If you have a strap, maybe have that handy as well. So we're going to roll it all the way down onto the back body. You're going to draw the bent knees into the chest. You can just rock side to side. This should feel delicious. Massaging the back body, rocking side to side. Or you could also circle on the sacrum. That's that bony area at the low part of the back, right there by the tailbone. Like a little salad plate there, an appetizer plate. And you can roll around on it. And then eventually you're going to roll in the other direction. Breathing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Let the feet return to earth. The knees are still bent. The legs are in parallel. If you have a strap, grab it. If you don't, just grab the back part of your thigh. So I'm taking the strap around the ball of my left foot. I'm not mirroring you for you. This. You can even out the ends of the strap, and you're going to draw that left straight leg towards your face without forcing, without jamming. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take both ends of the strap if you're using it in your left hand. The right hand anchors the right hip bone. You're going to drop the left straight leg to the left, and then if the right hip wants to lift off the mat, you stop with your left leg. Flex and point the foot. Spread the toes wide. Circle the ankle. If you're circling, be sure you circle in both directions. And then pausing here, the foot comes to stillness. The foot is still flexed. Inhale, bend left knee. Exhale, straighten it out to the side. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Slowly. Transfer the strap ends to the right hand. And now the left straight leg drops to the right. You don't have to get to the floor. You might want to drop the leg on a block or a cushion on a block. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the left knee. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center. Removing the strap. And then let's take that left leg, cross the thigh on top of the right thigh. And you might want to braid the lower legs, but maybe you don't. And so the arms are in T position, you're still flat on the back, on the floor, and you're going to drop the right bent knees to the right. The top leg is the left thigh. Now the knees are dropped to the right, maybe the head and neck look to the left. Modify this one as you can, as you wish. This is a supine twist. Make sure both shoulder blades are on the mat for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Everything back to center. Unwind the legs, shake the legs a bit. And then you're going to loop the strap around the ball of the right foot. Even out the ends of the strap. This left leg stays straight, the thigh stays straight and true. It doesn't splay out to the side, okay? So the right straight leg comes into the chest. Foot is flexed for 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand anchors left hip bone, right straight leg drops off to the right. The minute the left hip wants to lift off the mat, you stop with the right leg. Now you can flex and point the feet, spread the toes wide, circle the ankle. Getting involved with your feet and your toes here. Let's bring the foot to stillness. You're going to inhale, bend right knee, exhale, straighten out to the side. Inhale, bend right knee, exhale, straighten. Extend it out to the side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Right straight leg comes back to center. Transfer the strap to the left hand. Right straight leg drops to the left. Wherever you come to your sticking point, stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend right knee. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Removing the strap from the right foot. And now the right thigh crosses on top of the left thigh. You might want to braid the lower legs or not. The bent knees drop to the left, head and neck look to the right. If it bothers your neck to look to the side, just skip it and see if you can keep both shoulder blades on the mat for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Unwinding the legs slowly. Let's raise up the legs and just shake them out. Inverting blood flow of the lymph. The lymph doesn't have a pumping mechanism, so every time we invert, we're helping the lymph to move through the body. Shaking it. And then we're going to go ahead and what shall we do here? Let's take the palms underneath the hips, palms face down. You're going to drop left straight leg and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Drop right leg. Hovering, lift and squeeze. So you're alternating left and right leg, not letting the leg land. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to keep alternating. Maybe you want to glue the 2 legs together. Drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice. And the legs come back up. Turn to drawing the bent knees into the chest, massaging the back one more time. Now the feet return to earth, arms in T position, feet are mat width apart. Just a few windshield wipers to recalibrate. Get everything back into place. Side to side. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then straightening the legs out. Triple slow time. Arms and legs can now be at 30 to 45 degrees. You're going to flex the feet and point the feet very fast. This is sloshing. So we're flex and point, flex and point. We're just going to do until you've got everything moving here. for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Slowly bringing it to stillness. You can let the feet flop out to the side. And you've arrived in Shavasana, corpse pose, resting pose. You might want to roll something under your knees if you want to protect the low back. If flat on the back doesn't work, rebending knees, feet mat width apart, knees knocked together in the center like a tent, restorative rest. And if the back isn't working, flat on the back, you can roll to one side, stack the hips and legs, rest your head on the upper arm, or perhaps a cushion and a block. Or if you have an available wall, you can put your legs up the wall. It's a delicious way to do Shavasana. Or you can put your legs on the chair seat with the rest of the body on the mat. And that's also another delicious way to do Shavasana. You could also sit in your chair, feet flat, crown of head floating up to sky, long spine, breathing, returning to that natural breath. And just noticing the belly rising on the inhale, the belly collapsing on the exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And while we're here, beginning of Shavasana, I'm going to just review these life change challenges you might want to consider. I'm going to recap what I've talked about previously. Starting the morning with hot lemon water. That gets the body awake and functioning, also helps elimination. The other suggestion is to sleep at a regular time and awake at the regular time. So same time to sleep, same time to get up. The third suggestion was, since the digestive fire is hottest during the midday, to have your largest meal at the midday. And last but not least is aim for 7 hours of sleep a night. Now, some of us have trouble with sleeping, so that's, if you get your circadian rhythms organized, this should hopefully help even out your sleeping habits. So with that in mind, relaxing the face and the jaw, the back of the neck, noticing deep relaxation forming in the soles of the feet, and noticing warmth coming into the soles of the feet as though we're approaching our hot tub. So that warmth permeates the feet, the toes, the ankles, and then it moves into the low legs, and then it moves into the knees, and then the thighs. From there, the warmth moves into the hips and pelvis. The low back releases, the buttocks release. And from there, it moves into the waist and torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, all those vital organs marinating in delicious relaxation. From there, it moves into chest and shoulders, rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips. And then it moves into the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And here's just a few words from Pema Chodron from her book, Welcoming the Unwelcome. Welcoming the Unwelcome. It's about Whenever we are between here and there, whenever one thing has ended and we're waiting for the next thing to begin, whenever we're tempted to distract ourselves or look for an escape route, we can instead let ourselves be open, curious, tentative, and vulnerable. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a very well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side, pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti, this beating heart. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.